Do you know what a repost is?
Someone else posted it, and it was posted to somebody else posted.
So for an example, if I posted something a week ago and you liked it and you wanted to post it, what would happen?
I hit the repost app, and it'll let me repost it on another date.
So the state was saying that this was done and shown and reposted on January 26, 2015.
Yeah.
Do you remember that in the indictment?
Hang on just a second.
Just as to the characterization of that question, the testimony.
Okay, yes.
Gaither said
the
it.
state would have asked a question and established that through a witness.
No, you would have known that if you saw the other witness testimony.
As well.
Even better.
If you're not familiar? Do you remember this being in the
Okay,
indictment?
well, that's just an assertion.
Exactly. So I want to show you, are you ready? What number is it? Actually, can you show it to the prosecution first? What number is this going to be? It's going to be Jeffery Williams, number 256.
Is this
Did,
something new that's not in what you've sent before?
True.
Okay.
I'm
Did
trimming
Kokomo
down.
match his shirt with Shart? They got the, what are we calling the powder dry? The dry powder blue is the joke now for that color blue.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, this stupid video has been so contentious. I recently had gone back and pulled a clip. I think it was called like Love Lying to the Judge. Keith Adams calls her out for it. But it was an all-day argument with the jury out about that 17-second video that we keep seeing come up. So it came up because when Gaither was on the stand, there was an issue over, laying the foundation. Love acted like there was only one person heard speaking in that video clip. And the state tried to say this January 26th or whatever date.
Approach Mr. Sledge.
Yes. You may.
Mr. Sledge, is that okay?
Yes.
Just take a look
And this
at
is all with
this,
Judge Glanville.
telling me whether you can recognize it and you could hear it as well, just to make sure, but don't make it loud enough for the jurors yet.
So, Your Honor,
Mm-hmm.
prior to that being displayed, what we have not heard is the sound in that video, because this is the first time we've seen it. So
Right.
we'd ask that before anything be done with it, the state be allowed an opportunity to hear what is being said in that particular video, which is a little different.
I don't know if it's different or not.
It is, I'm looking at it, it is not the same exact thing that we just
Okay.
put up.
Okay. Then I guess this will be where we break for the evening.
Your Honor, it's 11 seconds. I mean, if that matters.
Well, or we can see if Miss Love can hear it without. Do you want to step out into the hall? That would be easier than excusing all of them to the,
Yes.
all right. She'll be right back. We'll sit for just a sec and I'll let y'all
Oh my
go. see.
gosh.
Go with your.
Guys.
And
Thank you so much
Mr.
again,
Smith,
Peter Ortiz. Thank you.
estimate for me how long you think the rest of your cross is going to take.
30 minutes?
Do y'all want to stay for, who else has, if anybody has going to have cross for this witness? Anybody? Okay. Okay. Do y'all want to just, well, do y'all want to stay 30 more minutes? Although we'll have a redirect on Monday, but yes, I have some thumbs up for 30 minutes. Lots of nods for, okay.
The only issue, I just want to make the court on the, on the
It's always
six,
something.
on the 62
Yeah.
item, that's the only thing I have to go over, which is going to take a little more time. So I just want you to, I won't finish is my
All
point.
right, yeah, we'll get 30 more minutes and then we'll see where we are. Okay, all right. then I
That.
guess he's already seen it.
Yes.
So go ahead and ask whatever you need to ask.
Mr. Sledge, have you seen what is now marked as Mr. Williams number 256? Have you seen that before?
Yes,
And is it accurate? And does it depict the way it was when it was first filmed or, yeah, filmed and audioed?
yes.
And Your
Any-
Honor, two things. I object on the basis of the vagueness of the question. Have you seen it before? I don't know if that means before he was shown by a
Well, can you
lawyer.
clarify that?
Were you present when that was made?
Yes, I was present.
Is your voice on there?
Yes, my voice is on there.
Is it the same as, and I always forget, 447?
Oh,
447Y that was shown to the jurors, the repost?
yes, my voice on there.
Okay.
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 So on 256, JW 256, is that what you were just asking the questions about he was present for? Okay. All right.
With
Other-
that, I have no
Okay.
objection if he's saying he was there.
All right. Go ahead.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, Mr. Kokomo will publish Mr. Williams number 256.
All right.
A lot of they kids, a lot of they brothers and sisters, then get ready in the courtroom and tell God and it's true.
Fuck, nigga.
Don't get it.
bro.
Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro.
You snitching bitches.
From me and YSL.
Swear God.
So nigga, a lot of they
I'm
mama,
telling y'all,
a lot of they kids, a lot of they brothers and sisters, then get ready in the courtroom and tell God and it's true.
Fuck, nigga.
Don't get it.
Bro.
Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro.
You snitching bitches.
From me and YSL.
Mr. Sledge, did you hear your voice?
Yes,
The voice of Mr. Jeffery Williams and the face of Mr. Jeffery Williams?
yes,
Did you hear the voice of Mr. McMiller?
yes,
Did you hear the voice of Mr. Martinez, also known as Duke?
yes.
Is it the same exact video that was played earlier as the
January
repost?
4th.
Yes,
January 4th.
And on Jeffrey Williams number 256, I'd like you to tell the jurors, it's small writing, if you could read it to them, what
January
date at the
4th,
bottom right
2015.
was this made?
January 4th, 2015.
And on January 4th, 2015, what was Jeffrey Williams' relationship like with Donovan Thomas from your personal observation?
Objection vague.
Overruled.
Objection, you're
They had
ruining
a
my
great
case.
relationship.
And does this video on January 4th, 2015 have anything to do, from your own personal knowledge from being in it, about Donovan Thomas or threatening some witness or anything?
No,
Objection, one is compound, so I don't know which part of that he's asking about. And then the second part, he is speaking to the intent of defendant Williams when he says, does it have anything to do with threatening someone?
Okay,
Asking
well,
his
it's
personal-
his personal knowledge, and while Mr. Steele does ask long questions sometimes, he has a lot of clauses in there. I don't believe it was a compound question, just had a lot of descriptive clauses. So overruled.
So the indictment, and if you don't remember, we'll show it to you. No one's trying to keep anything from you.
Guys, so the important part is the state was showing a repost from it being like January 26th or January 28th of 2015, rather than, so it would be after the murder of Donovan Thomas when they were already questioning Kenneth Copeland, and they tried to make it seem like because Kenneth Copeland was talking to the police, that these videos might have been about Jeffery Williams and whoever was in the background that Love said wasn't in the background were complaining about people like Kenneth Copeland being snitches and telling the police that they had just killed Donovan Thomas. Except this was made on January 4th, or at least sooner than January 4th, because there's at least one time where it was posted on January 4th before the murder of Donovan Thomas. So this could not be related to Kenneth Copeland sitting down and snitching on them for the murder of Donovan Thomas. This is how disingenuous this entire investigation and the prosecution has been.
Says that this was done 16 days after the killing of Mr. Williams, that it was reposted. But this was made 6 days before, God forbid, the killing of Mr. Thomas, right?
yes,
Now, if you can look at the very top right-hand side, you see where it says watch watch your post. You see that at the top?
Yes.
And then underneath it, it says, watch your post, and then it says, best said at MPA Duke, DUKE 1, the number 1, said it first, 3 exclamation points. You see that?
Yes.
Who, to your knowledge, is MPA Duke 1?
Mr. Arnold.
Martinez Arnold?
Yes.
And then it says, video by at Thugger1 pound YouTube pound Young Thug pound Thugger1 pound Urban Post. You see all that?
Yes.
Okay. And when it says best said at MPA Duke 1 said it first, that's Mr. Arnold
Yes.
saying it first.
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor, as to that.
Yeah,
speculation.
sustained as to that.
All right. Now, I want to ask you other questions if I can. Before January 4th, 2015, were you familiar with this type of statement?
Yes.
Now, if a witness, when it says at the end, the prosecutor said, y'all should be killed. Let me make sure hold on one second.
That was great by Steele. No wonder he wants
Y'all
to say
should
it
be killed,
today.
and that's from me and YSL. Do you remember that?
Yes.
If I didn't quote it perfectly, something to that effect?
Yes.
Okay. From being there and being a participant in this video, which is 256, Jeffery Williams 256, what do you believe should happen to a witness who lies about someone in trial?
Objection, Judge.
Sustained.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. You were released from prison from the drive-by shooting. Remember, the jurors heard a lot about that, April 2015?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you were released in year 2019?
Yes.
And when you were released from prison, you needed a job, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. You were financially depleted. You didn't have much money?
No.
All right. And is it fair to say that Jeffrey at that time was even more popular than he was in 2015?
Yes.
And did Jeffrey offer you a job?
Yes.
Was it conditional? Did you have to promise something?
No.
How about no more crime?
No.
Are you withdrawing that objection?
Did Jeffrey tell you you can't commit
Objection.
crimes?
That right there is hearsay.
Sustained.
When you were on tour with Jeffrey and from your personal observation, so I'm not asking you what other people said or anything, did you ever observe people who would steal from other people, from stores or anything like that, and Jeffrey would find out about it and repay those people?
Yeah.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Sustained.
Well, I think it's relevant. You're the leader of a supposed
Your
organization.
Honor, I object on the basis of whatever this speaking objection is about to be.
I think it's relevant, more than relevant,
Your Honor,
to the conduct after this trial.
it's character. He's trying
That's
to
not-
get into character.
Sustained.
evidence.
All right.
He only sustained that to avoid the speaking, which Love made that happen.
Do you remember seeing in the days before Donovan Thomas was killed? Do you ever remember seeing, personally seeing Mr. Kenneth Copeland with an Infinity vehicle?
No.
When you drove Mr. Copeland to the police department on the early morning hours of January 11th, 2015, is that true?
Yes.
And your significant other, the mother of your child, was with you, as well as your youngest child at that time, right?
It was he ain't my youngest child, he my oldest son.
Apologize. Okay. And Mr. Copeland didn't have a car there, right? That's why you drove him? Am I correct?
He didn't have a car there.
Do you remember at all whether Mr. Copeland asked you to pick him up and drive him to Jeffery Williams' house with you for safety?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Do you know how, as you sit here today, do you remember how Mr. Copeland, if you know, got to Jeffery Williams' home on January 10th, 2015?
I don't know.
All right. Has Jeffrey ever paid for your lawyer fees?
No.
Has he ever paid for your bond?
No.
Your Honor? I believe except for the, I have to break down the
Yeah.
62, which I probably can't do in a short period of time. I don't have any other questions.